Hi, and welcome to Three Stitches podcast episode number 4. I believe this is. I still haven't quite got the hang of this, but yes, I believe Lindsay was episode number 3. Apologize for um, mom not podcasting on Monday. Her webcam came in, but we're having a little bit of trouble. We're not the most technical people in the entire world, but good thing Dad's an engineer. He should be helping Mom with it, and you'll be getting an update from her soon. If not soon, then definitely on Monday at her scheduled podcast day. All right, I'm gonna pick up my knitting. I'm actually going to knit during this podcast. Gonna try. I'm actually still like got this cold thing. I don't know. It comes and goes. So I'm at the stage where I have a frog in my throat sometimes. So I guess today is one of those days where I get to have a frog in my throat. So sorry about that. Okay, so let's see. What happenings during the past week? Well, this is the first time I get to knit on my sock in a while. Actually, I haven't knit on it at all since my last podcast. I've been busy, um, getting back into the swing of things, um, knitting for others, um, knitting frantically for others, as I'll tell you later. But let's see here. Thursday. Okay, so Thursday, as I mentioned in my last podcast, a friend of mine, Sam, who's also another RA, her grandfather died. So Thursday was the funeral. Got up bright and early, went. Funeral was at 10 o'clock. Um, Went with the director of residence life, my boss, Ed Riley. Just, as a support. And then we went to the brunch afterwards. Chatted with her. It was nice. She was appreciative. So then I came back and I knit like bananas because on Friday Katie was leaving for Massachusetts because her grandmother had just died and the funeral was on Saturday. And so I was knitting like frantically on Thursday because I wanted to get a prayer shawl to her before she left. So I started it when I got back on Thursday and knit all of Thursday afternoon and a little bit on Friday morning. She didn't leave until 11:30, so I had a little bit of time. And I got it to her, so I put on like size 15 needles, doubled over worsted weight yarn, put some fun fur on the bottom. I just did a simple shawl. I'll post a picture up on it. I doubled over pink and purple worsted weight yarn and put black fun fur on the bottom. Um, and then I took a picture, put it in her mailbox on Thursday night, and she got it before she left on Friday. And then, so I finished that one, and then I started Samantha's prayer shawl, which I made out of all fun fur. My mom made me this like boa looking shawl that I love, and I've gotten a lot of compliments on. I love it, and a lot of people do, and a lot of people love it too. And so I just did basically the same thing. I worked from side to side. I made a triangle shawl. I didn't get a picture of it. I delivered it yesterday. Um, Oops. I just realized I didn't get a picture of it, but it's entirely out of green and gray fun fur, and it's where like I cast it on 3 stitches, increased to the middle, and then decreased, so it's a triangle. Um, yeah, all out of fun fur. That's her type of personality. I guess I delivered the prayer stole to. I mentioned that one of our food service people was um, attacked in his house and left for dead over break, and so he'd been having a really rough time. So I delivered the prayer stole to him, and he loved it. Eh, he, he went around. I wasn't able to. I delivered it on Thursday, right before I went to the funeral. So I wasn't, and I didn't go to lunch because I was at the funeral brunch with Sam, and then I don't know why I didn't go. Oh no, I went to dinner, but he doesn't work dinners. That's it. Um, And so, but I had bought a ton of the RAs coming up because I had all of them knit a stitch on it saying, he really likes the prayer stole. He's thinking all the RAs, and so it made me feel good to do that for him. And he's almost back to his regular self. So and that's good because he he's a wonderful person. He's now saying hi and smiling when you walk into the PVR again, and asking how your day was. So that's good. Um, let's see. What else have I been doing? Oh, I've been catching up on Downton Abbey. I've now had two people recommend that I should watch it, and I'm glad that I am watching it because it's amazing. I love it. I'd be done with season one sooner, but the internet on the dorms is so slow. We're working on getting it fixed. We're working on getting and we've got outsourced people, I guess. Um, I don't know how you'd say that. We've got other people who provide internet, especially for college dorms, giving us bids. We've got one bid, and if we go with them, they could be doing it over spring break, which would be awesome. We wouldn't have to wait till summer. Um, because right now, like literally, I'd get on Netflix and I'll watch an episode and I'll click on it and it will take forever to load, and then I'll watch like at peak times if I want to watch it like during the middle of the day. I'll watch literally 10 seconds of it and it'll buffer again. And it'll take 5 minutes to buffer and then I'll watch 10 seconds and it'll buffer again. And it's so frustrating. So if I want to watch an episode, it has to be early in the morning or late at night when nobody else is on the internet. And even then, it's still so slow. It's not traffic problem. It's a hardware problem. Um, this is where being an RE comes in handy. I get all the inside scoop on all this stuff. So working on that. Speaking of RA, we had our first RA meeting on Monday, um, and just talk about basic stuff. Um, yeah, talk about we should do floor events. So I'm doing my opening floor event tomorrow, actually. I'm just going to do a basic ice cream social. We're all required to do an opening floor event to um, get to know our residents, even though our residents haven't changed since last semester. But hey. Um, I was talking about Downton Abbey. So I love that program. Amazing. Mom told me I should start watching it, and I wanted to start watching it for a while, just haven't gotten around to it. And then I went to Erin's house the Friday that I flew in, or I flew in Thursday, then I went on the Friday. She's like, have you been watching Downton Abbey? I'm like, no, but my mom says I should watch it, and I want to watch it, so I'm gonna start watching it. She's like, yeah, okay, it's on Netflix. Season one's on Netflix. I'm like, sweet. So I have an avenue to watch it. I don't have to search around, try and find a good site to watch it. Um, so I'm almost done with season one. Oh, and then Erin let me Manor House. I'm not sure if I mentioned this last podcast because I had already finished watching it at that point. I spent all of Saturday and I just stuck DVD after DVD and watched Manor House, which is basically a reality TV show where they take 12 volunteers to be the downstairs and then a family to be the upstairs, and they live in the Edwardian period, which is basically when Downton Abbey takes place. Um, it's the only reality TV show that I've been able to watch. Everything else I just can't. No, I can't do. So, and I'm glad I watched that before I watched Downton Abbey because now I really understand what's going on in Downton Abbey, um, like why this scullery maid can't be seen by why they make a big fuss that the scullery maid hasn't finished her work cleaning up the fireplaces when the family's about to arrive because she's not allowed to be seen by the family. Um, all the inner workings. They explain that in Manor House as um, people get accustomed to um, living their new lives there. Um, oh, also news. I got to be sort of a plumber this weekend, and it's continued on. Well, I guess I shouldn't really say a plumber. Um, because on Friday night, I want to say Friday night, um, a resident came to me and said that the sink is leaking in the bathroom. I was like, oh, sure. So I was like, how bad is it? And she's like, not too bad, but there's water on the floor. So I went, I went up there after dinner. She came to me at dinner. I went up there after dinner, checked it out. Sure enough, there was like about an inch of water on the floor. I'm like, oh, wait. These are the times where being an RA just, I mean, the good far outweighs the bad, but these are the jobs that are just like really. So grabbed a bucket, grabbed a mop. The pipe underneath the sink was leaking, so I put the bucket underneath there, mopped up all the water, and um, then it was the weekend, so maintenance doesn't come unless there's something really, really, really bad. And this wasn't bad enough to be really, really, really bad for maintenance to come on the weekend. So to make sure that the leak didn't get bad, I have been checking on it every few hours, even during the night. It was lovely. So Saturday morning, I woke up at 3 a.m. just to stumble in the bathroom and be like, all right, I gotta empty the bucket so it doesn't overflow. And it's not getting worse. So, but it's kind of relaxed a little bit because it only leaks when it's being used. Um, so, like, I noticed the past couple times I went in there, the bucket was dry. I was like, sweet, maybe the leak's fixed. It wasn't. I turned on the tap and it wasn't. As soon as I turned on the tap, it started leaking again, but at least my residents have enough common sense to don't use the leaking sink. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because that makes my job a whole lot easier. My residents are amazing this semester. Last semester, they're the same residents. They didn't change. So some of my residents have even taken to emptying the bucket if I've been busy. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. So we've all been plumbers this weekend, continuing because it's still not fixed. But yeah, what else? Okay. I think. Um, oh, well. Before I get to my knitting, I've we it's been a week of classes, so I've gotten into the swing of things, and um, so Monday was my last new class that I hadn't been to. And I was really looking forward to it, and I still am gonna love this class. I'm really upset that it's on Monday because I'm gonna have more Mondays off than anything in the semester, and I love this class. I wish we didn't have any classes off in it. Um, it's one of two education classes. It's called teaching reading, and when I signed up for it, I couldn't wait to take it. I was excited for it, and the only thing that could dampen that feeling was if the teacher was really horrible, and I almost thought it was going to be. I walked into the class on Monday and was like, and it was this, really short haircut, gray-haired lady with, really prim and proper dress. I'm like, oh crap, it's gonna be this strict teacher, and she's not. She's amazing. She's so funny. I love her to death already. We all do. We all could not stop laughing in this class. Um, one of the things that she said was that her name is Rebecca Todd, and Rebecca Todd is the prim and proper teacher at Duville that tells you everything that you need to do to that Duville expects you to accomplish to complete this course. And then I have an alternate personality that's I can't remember exactly the name, but it was like Priscilla Hoffenpepper or Hassenpfeffer or something like that, who has been a teacher and an assistant principal and a principal at an elementary school that tells you how it really is. She's amazing. I love her. We could not stop laughing throughout that entire class. It's going to be a lot of fun. She says that it's going to be full of activities and group work and So I don't think it's going to feel like a class at all, and I love that. So I'm really the only downside to that is I'm going to miss more Mondays during this semester than anything. We have the Monday off after Easter during spring break. We have the Monday off during winter break. Um, it's my only class on Monday, um, and I know I probably shouldn't say this, but I really kind of wish it would trade places with my other EDU class because it's teaching multiculturalism, and while the teacher tries her hardest, it's so dry, and she just drones on and on, and she jumps from topic to topic to topic to topic to topic to topic, and without any like flow, or like she'll be off on some random tangent and then she'll like jump immediately to something that we have to do, and you've like zoned out. You're like, oh wait, I should have been paying attention to that. Oh no. So I kind of wish they were switched places so I'd miss more of those classes, but hey, I guess that's how fate works out. Um, but we had a little bit of fiasco with the book in that class. I had bought the third. Well, I had told Lindsay to buy the third edition because she has free Prime shipping on her account. So I told her to buy the book that the bookstore had on list, which was the third edition. So I copy pasted the ISBN number, put it in Amazon, came up with the book, sent the link to Lindsay. She bought the book, and well, actually, she Dad bought the book off her account for me. Our book system is really weird this year. But hey, free shipping. And then so I get in the class, and she's like, and I think I'm all set. The book hasn't arrived yet, and but I'm like, it's the first class. We never need the book for the first class. And so she's like, I want to use the third edition, but the bookstore told me that there are no third editions left in print, so we're gonna use the fourth edition. And I'm like, oh crud. I'm gonna have to buy the fourth edition instead of the third edition. I don't know if I can return the third edition. And um, but then someone raised their hand, was like, but there's more third editions in the bookstore than the fourth editions. She's like, okay, well, I called the bookstore, and they're gonna tell me definitely what edition we're going to use. If there's enough third editions for everybody who's registered for the class, we'll use the third edition. So after class, she goes to see if the bookstore's left her a message, and sure enough, the bookstore left her a message. It said, "Guess what? We're using the fourth edition." And guess who had the third edition? Me. So I was like, all right. So I tried to look up the seller account on Amazon to see what their return policy is. I couldn't find them. Went to the confirmation email. Was like, hey, you only bought the book for $7. By the time I return it and pay the shipping and handling to the seller, I'm gonna be out more than I'm gonna spend more than I spent for the book. So I'll just wait for the book to arrive, sell it back to Amazon for like, I don't know, $40. Stick the gift card in an envelope to mom and dad because they paid for the book, and be like, here, reimbursement for the book that the bookstore screwed up on. I'm really mad at the bookstore right now. So yeah. Um, but that's gonna be my favorite class of the semester. Actually, it might be tied with Arabic. Um, I have Arabic today, and Wednesdays at 5:30 to 8:15. Woo! Late night classes. Love them. So Arabic on Wednesdays from 5:30 to 8:15. Philosophy on Tuesdays from 5:30 to 8:15. That's a fun class. My schedule's pretty good this semester. On Tuesdays, from 9 to 11:50, I also have teaching multiculturalism, and then my teaching reading class on Mondays, and a class on Thursday and Fridays. Don't be lazy. No, no. Yesterday I took the time to I was like, on Monday from 9 to 10 I'm going to the library and do this work. From 10 to 11 I'm going to the library and do this work. From 11 to 12 lunch. 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3. Yeah, my schedule is planned out each day. Thursday and Friday I get a little bit of break. I get to stop at 3 in the afternoon. And I've left my evenings free to knit. Um, yeah, so busy, busy, busy semester. And I have an online course, English. That's why I've planned out um, my library time, because if I don't go to a class and I don't hear the teacher say, "Oh, this is due next week," or "Check your syllabus, you have assignments due," and I don't physically see the teacher, like I'm not going to with my English class online, I'm gonna need something to every day be like, check Moodle, where our internet courses are, see what you have due. So I planned out a little block time every day to do English, so it gets done. Um, all right, I think that's it. Yeah, Sunday was my homework day. Locked myself in the library all day. I was on my first duty was Sunday night. Nothing happened. Yeah, it was Sunday night. Nothing happens on Sunday night. Oh, better not say that. I'm on duty this Sunday night too. Once I say that, then things will happen on Sunday night. Um, yeah, first duty. Okay, knitting. Yeah, as I've talked for 20 minutes about oh, just random stuff. Okay, so last week I didn't get to show you this, but it's and I haven't worked on it at all. It's a shawl, a crocheted shawl. Um, I can't remember the pattern name right now. Oh wait, no, you're seeing the back, I think. Are you seeing the back? Yeah, you're seeing the back. There we go. Front. There really isn't a difference, but okay. So crocheted shawl, um, going really well. Pattern's really easy. Um, and I get to make it in with these beautiful ebony wood hooks. I chose this project just because I can use this hook for it. Um, because I bought them, or I didn't buy them. Mom bought them for me for Christmas, and Mom and Dad. Thank you, Mom and Dad, because they are amazing. It works up like a dream. Any yarn works up like a dream with this hook. It's just like, yeah. I started this shawl before I left at like 10 o'clock at night. One night I was just like, I'm just gonna do the first few rows, do about a half an hour on it, just get it started, because I need something else to do for knitting club on Wednesday or Thursday, or I can't remember what day it was. Man, it was a long time ago. I don't want to think about vacation because I'm not on vacation anymore. Meh. Um, and I ended up crocheting until about like midnight because they were such a dream to work with. I love them. I love them so much. So, um, okay, yeah. And it's in baby B. Just yeah, baby B. Oh bugger. I think I think the needle just fell out of my scarf. Oh no. Oh well, I'll fix it later. I'm almost done with this scarf. I have this much to go. That works up really fast, and it's like hollow inside, so it's like, yeah, it's not much. That should take me like a day, so I should be finished with that soon. I'm gonna be really gentle with it because my needle fell out. And with these, it's really hard to pick up the stitches again. Okay, so that scarf. Okay, put it down gently because my needle fell out. Okay, it's going on my bed back there, where nothing else can touch it. Okay, sock that I've worked like one row on it because I've been sitting here. That's it. Sock. Second sock syndrome. Well, actually not second sock syndrome, just other projects have taken priority syndrome. Yeah. But okay, so sock. Um um I did get I did get quite a bit of work on Amanda's leg warmer done. When I got back, it was like here, I want to say. So, yeah, in about 2 days, I think I've worked on it. Yep. So Amanda's leg warmer coming along very nicely. Just I mentioned it last podcast, but in case you didn't watch it, it's just in red heart teal. Worked on size I don't know what needles. That was a long time ago. And one thing that I do feel guilty about not working on is Evelyn's sweater. It's at a standstill right now. But it won't be for long because it needs to get done, and I don't have any more excuses. I don't have any more prayer shawls to do. Cross my fingers that nothing else happens to people that I have to do prayer shawls for. Um, and So, and then our knit along shawl I'm working on. So there it is. I finally made it to the second repeat. um, I am not definitely not as far along as Lindsay, but then again, I believe Lindsay has way more time to knit than I do. Okay, this is gonna be really awkward to show you, but okay, so there we go. Or here, oop, actually, you saw the backslide again. All right. And I finally gotten a hang of the pattern, so that's good. There we go. This is the Pavonis, which we're doing as a knit along. And I'm doing it in lace weight. Don't ask me what the name of the yarn is. I left the wrapper at home. I just realized because I started it on a tile table in the living room, and the day before I left, and it's still there. Well, probably not anymore because the dog could have jumped up on the table and eaten it. The kids could have brushed it off onto the floor because they didn't know what it was to do their homework, and then the dog ate it. Or they could have brushed it off onto the floor, and the cats played with it. That reminds me, Mom, you'll find this interesting. I had a dream last night that we got Tanya to come into our house. Tanya's our a cat that comes by that we feed. It was a neighbor's cat that we feed, and we've been trying to get to come into the house, but I think she's a little afraid of Sedgwick. I wouldn't be. We take Sedgwick. Oh, and then one last thing to show you. I bought the Dalek bag from Jessalou. Mom texted me a couple days, or last week, not a couple days ago, last week, and said that it was back up on Ravelry, or not on Ravelry, on Etsy. And because she bought me for Christmas the TARDIS Starry Night bag by Jessalou, and I loved it. And then she mentioned there was a Dalek bag. I was like, oh yay! And it wasn't up. Someone had bought it, and so yeah. But I love this bag. This is they're my sock bags. My nose was really itchy all of a sudden. Um, yeah. So TARDIS bag with money inside. I was starving a couple nights ago. I like absolutely starving. I would try and eat healthy for dinner and lunch. So I get like a piece of meat and have a salad for lunch and dinner. And so I've been trying to eat healthy, and it bit me on the in the butt on Monday. I got back from staff meeting and I was starving. It literally felt like my stomach was eating itself. So I went to Wilson Farms, and bought something to eat. But I had all the money in my wallet, and walking to Wilson Farms at 9 o'clock at night through in in the dark in our neighborhood probably wasn't the best idea with a bunch of cash in my wallet. So I this was next to my purse, so I just stuck the cash in here. You guys want to steal it? You don't even know where I live. Okay. I think that's it for me. Um, yeah. Yeah, we're just getting back into the swing of things. We're into the swing of things. Um, I have a meeting in an hour. Yippee. I, uh, silly me, I signed up for another committee to be on essay. Just another thing to add to my list of things to do. I'm the yearbook editor, so I've been working on that. And now I'm on the Spring Fling committee. The Spring Fling is an annual dance that we have in the spring. Ow, I just poked myself with my needle. Ow. Okay, I'm in a really weird mood today. Actually, I shouldn't say this is how I always am. Um, sorry if I scare you off, but this is me. So I'm on the Spring Fling committee. Spring Fling is an annual dance that we have every year, which you can kind of guess by the word annually, but just in case you didn't know. We usually hold it in April, um, right before finals week, or about 2 weeks before finals week, just as a chance for students to, let loose and dress up before finals week, because finals week is always a bear. Oh man, like lock yourself in the library and don't come out for 5 days week, pretty much. Um, oh, shout outs. We have a new member of our Ravelry group. Thank you, Busy Happy Knitter, for watching our podcast. And thank you for um, uh, where was I going with this? I just completely lost train of thought again. I watched Lindsay's podcast. I was like, oh, she loses her train of thought too. Yay! We're sisters, if you couldn't tell already. So thank you, Busy Happy Knitter, for joining our Ravelry group, joining our or watching our podcast. Not joining our podcast, watching our podcast. I'm glad we haven't scared you off with our total, utter, complete randomness, and dorkiness, and craziness, and weirdness, and yeah, we're just odd. I think that goes without saying. Um, and there's been a couple other people that have joined our Ravelry group. Um, and I can't remember your names right now. I probably should have written them down. That would be helpful. I will mention you next time, or Lindsay will mention you on Friday, because you deserve recognition for our lowly little podcast. Okay, I think that's it. I've gone over our half an hour time, just by a little bit, but I'll take this moment to sign off, and happy knitting, and I will see you all in a week.